What's up, guys? Happy Labor Day weekend. It's around 10 a.m. on Friday, September 1st, just a little over 48 hours after Hurricane Idalia made landfall around 150 miles northwest of Tampa Bay in the Florida Panhandle. This is the third and final of these videos where we show you the conditions of the St. Pete area and the Barrier Islands following Hurricane Idalia. In this video, we're going to start up in Clearwater Beach and work our way southward all the way down to Redington Beach. Now, if you want to see the beach conditions from Madeira Beach down to Pass-a-Grille, or the conditions of downtown St. Pete following Hurricane Idalia, be sure to check out one of those two videos after this one. So we're approaching Clearwater Beach right now at 10 a.m. on the Friday of Labor Day weekend. And I'm not going to lie, I'm not really looking forward to this. Because while I do enjoy Clearwater Beach, I absolutely hate driving around Clearwater Beach. And considering it's a holiday weekend, it might be a bit of a disaster. Now, what we do have working in our favor is that it's still relatively early, and also it's just around 48 hours following Hurricane Idalia, so it's definitely possible that that will keep some of the tourists away. So far, the roads really don't seem too crazy, but we'll see what it looks like when we get on the island, and if we'll be able to find any parking. So far, I gotta say, this traffic is nothing. This is pretty much what you'd expect to see driving through Clearwater Beach at 8 a.m. on a Tuesday. It is 10 a.m. right now on the Friday of Labor Day weekend in Clearwater, and this parking lot right by Frenchie's Rockaway Grill is probably 90% empty. I can hardly believe it. So it's about 10:30 now, and this parking lot right by Frenchie's Rockaway Grill and the Palm Pavilion is still almost completely empty, which is absolutely not what I expected on a Friday during Labor Day weekend. There are still some signs of the storm. All the volleyball nets were down, the sand was more packed than usual, but overall the beach did look really good. There weren't any signs of flooding in either Palm Pavilion or Frenchie's, both which are located right here on the beach, and both are scheduled to open during their normal times today. I really can hardly believe how empty these beaches are on the Friday of Labor Day weekend. It definitely wouldn't surprise me to find them a little less busy than usual. I'm not sure how much of this is due to the hurricane, if people got scared and canceled their trips last minute, but as you can see, the beaches here are gorgeous as usual, so hopefully all the vacationers are just a little late to arrive and will start showing up eventually. All right, so it's about 11 o'clock now, and we're gonna head about a mile to the south to Pier 60. That is typically the most busy spot in Clearwater Beach. I do expect it to be busier there, but these roads still aren't bad at all. All right, so we made it to the Pier 60 parking lot. I'd say it's still only around 70% full, so let's go check out the pier. So I'm out here on Pier 60 now, and this is probably the least busy the pier's ever been when I've been on it. The beaches here on the pier are quite a bit busier than they were up around Frenchie's Rockaway, but for Labor Day weekend, this is nothing. So if you're in the Tampa Bay area and are considering a Labor Day weekend beach getaway in Clearwater Beach, but we're worried it might be too busy, you may want to reconsider and make your way out here. All right, we are back on the road, and now that we've shown you Clearwater Beach, we're going to make our way about 5 miles to the south to Indian Rocks Beach, because a lot of you guys have been messaging us and asking us about the conditions on Indian Rocks Beach specifically. Along the way, we will pass through Sand Key and Bel Air Beach. Now, since we haven't received any requests for the conditions in either of those two spots, I'll probably speed up the footage driving through there unless I see something notable. I am expecting our next 3 stops in Indian Rocks Beach, Redington Shores, and Redington to not be very busy at all, considering Clearwater Beach wasn't even that busy. Now, I could be wrong, but I'm going to be really surprised if I see any crowds out on any of these beaches. All right, we have arrived at the public beach access at the far north end of Indian Rocks Beach. Let's go check it out. So as you can see, the beach access ramp here is closed. I had read something about some of the beaches in Indian Rocks Beach and Redington Shores having been damaged due to beach erosion. We just drove by one of the main public beach accesses here in Indian Rocks Beach on 17th Avenue, and that was the first one that didn't appear to have its entrance ramp blocked off. Every one of the smaller beach accesses to the north that I drove by did appear to have their ramps blocked off. Now the parking lot here at the beach access by Kooky Coconut is almost full, but it does look like this beach access is open, so let's go see what type of shape this beach is in. As you can see, this beach is not very busy at all. It does look like there's some small sand dunes here on this beach. Now, I don't think I've ever actually been to this beach access before, so I can't tell you for sure if these are normal or if they're a result of the hurricane. So if you know, let us know in the comments. Now, the main reason I chose to stop by the 8th Avenue beach access is to make sure that my beloved Kooky Coconut is still open, and I'm happy to see that it still is. So overall, there definitely is some noticeable beach erosion on Indian Rocks Beach. As far as just driving through the town on Gulf Boulevard, though, it does appear to be normal. I haven't seen any businesses identified as being closed, or even any people cleaning up like I saw yesterday on the islands further to the south. Our next stop's going to be just a little further to the south in Indian Shores. I'm going to try to check out one of the beaches there, and I'm also going to stop by Mahuffer's, which is one of my personal favorite establishments on all of the islands, but I recently heard a rumor that they may actually be closed permanently following the hurricane. I really hope it's not the case, and I'm going to see if I can find out whether there's any truth to that. Alright, so we made it to the Tiki Gardens beach access, which is one of the main accesses here in Indian Shores, but I don't think we've ever actually accessed the beach at this particular access, so it'll be fun to see what the beach is like here. Now, the parking lot is only about 10% full, so hopefully that just means the beach will be nice and empty and not that it's closed. Alright, good news. The main access here at Indian Shores is definitely open, and the water looks great. As you can see, the beach here does have a decent amount of people on it, but still not too many considering it's Labor Day weekend. Again, they do have some pretty good sized sand dunes here, similar to what we saw further up the road in Indian Rocks Beach. I'm not sure how much of that, if any, is due to beach erosion. If you know, let us know in the comments. So the beach at the main access in Indian Shores look good, and I'm really hoping I can say the same about Mahuffer's, which is where I'm heading now. It's about a mile down the road. Alright guys, this is looking promising. There's a decent amount of cars parked here in Mahuffer's parking lot, so hopefully that means it is open. Alright guys, so I couldn't be happier to dispel the rumor that Mahuffer's has closed permanently, because they are currently open and as awesome as ever. So now that we've shown you Clearwater Beach, Indian Rocks Beach, and Indian Shores, that leaves us with just one more destination to check out, which is the Redingtons. There's a couple different businesses there that we love that I'm going to check in on, and I'm going to try to pop out to the beach as well. So my overall takeaway from this island tour so far is that there really isn't a whole lot to see here. Clearwater Beach basically looked like normal. The drive down Gulf Boulevard was as beautiful as ever. Now in Indian Rocks Beach and Indian Shores, there definitely was some beach erosion and some of the beach paths were inaccessible, but overall the homes and businesses there look to be in really good shape. And I'd honestly be surprised if we find anything different in the Redingtons, but we're gonna go check them out anyway. All right, we have made it to Redington Shores, and we actually had a request to stop in and check on the Candy Kitchen, which happens to be one of our favorite ice cream spots, and I'm happy to report that they are open for business. I'm also happy to let you know that right next to the Candy Kitchen, our favorite place to get wings on all of the islands, Friendly Tavern, is also open for business. We made it to our final beach stop of the day, which is right across the street from the Candy Kitchen, and that is the public beach access at Redington Shores. And once again, this parking lot is like 90% empty, which is crazy for Labor Day weekend, especially considering we're getting in at mid-afternoon now, and it is a sunny 90+ degree day. So other than a little bit of excess seaweed, the beach looks pretty much like normal. It's wide, it's beautiful, and it's not at all busy. Now, as we make our way a couple miles further down Gulf Boulevard to Redington Beach, I do want to thank y'all for tuning into this video. Now, I know there wasn't a whole lot of destruction to show you in this video, and for that reason, it's definitely not going to go viral, but I couldn't be happier to show you how these islands fared remarkably well through Idalia. Hopefully, if you have a trip planned to this area and were worried about the conditions of these islands, this video will give you a little bit of comfort. Now, we don't always post hurricane-related footage on this channel, but we do try to cover it when it affects the Tampa Bay area and the Florida Gulf Coast. Now, hopefully, we won't be posting more storm-related footage anytime soon, but if you do want to make sure you don't miss our next storm-related videos, please do consider subscribing to our channel. We really do appreciate every single subscriber. We generally post videos each Saturday at 10 a.m. And while next Saturday's video won't be hurricane-related, it will be a little bit dangerous and pretty exciting, so I hope you all tune in. I am going to cut this tour off at Redington Beach because I actually toured all the way from Paso Grill up to Madera Beach in yesterday's video. And if you haven't yet seen that video or our tour of downtown St. Pete after Hurricane Idalia, go ahead and check out this playlist next. Thanks for watching.